Hey everyone, today I'll be explaining why vertigo is a bad map and why it should be removed. So let's get started. So first of all, I want to explain why A site is bad. So when you're playing as T, you kind of are really limited with your options on how you can get to A, because when you're playing as T, you're kind of going up here, but the problem is you're kind of pushing up onto higher ground, and it's really hard to do so. And the CTs, basically, if there's at least two of them here, it's so much easier, and the CTs will almost always win because they have an easy shot, really easy shot at their legs. And if you're a T down here, you have very little room to work with, but the CTs, they get all the way from here to here. And then when you're going up over here, you're also kind of screwed, because if you don't have good teammates, or just in general, you're kind of screwed, because going around here, you're kind of stuck, because you can get shot from way over here, or you'll just have somebody sitting right here. So you're kind of stuck here, pushing two angles. The rest of the site just not that interesting. It feels very kind of open, especially this entire area. It feels like it's something could have been here, and you just have this like dumb kind of spray battle where you're just shooting and just anyway, this part's just not good. The problem with mid is that it guarantees a big firefight, and there's not really a way to stealthily run around your enemies, because when you're pushing through mid, everybody who's holding either B or A, they're just going to suddenly rotate back up to mid, and basically once the time they hear you over here, you can either get shot from three places, here, or here. And so no matter how many people you have, you're all like guaranteed to get into a firefight. So mid is just kind of useless to push unless you're gonna, like, you know, smoke it out with utility and stuff. Another thing, what is really bad about this version is they got rid of this little thing that you can go around through here onto B, which was actually a horrible idea, because like now you can't rotate. If you're stuck mid, you can't have a quick and easy way over to get over to B. And basically, so if you're here, and if, you know, there's people coming around this way and people that are coming around from A, you're basically stuck. While here you would have an option to at least fall back, now you don't. So mid is basically this death trap unless you're willing to sacrifice 5 people to clear out this angle, and this angle. And now let's go down to B site. So B site from CT, trying to get hold of high ground from T's perspective is just really annoying, because it's like trying to just push up the high ground. You have all this here, and you're exposed to all of it, and not only that, but also CT can drop down here if you push it too slow, and so you have this much space. And then another thing, they can also be hiding over here, so you basically need to clear the entire thing like this before you can get pushed. By the time you're going to be clearing this, there's always going to be some kind of dude who shoots you over here. So yeah, here you literally just need to have a battle for the high ground. And so additionally, if somebody's holding mid, they'll easily rotate over here, and while you're trying to come up ramp, they're going to have another person to come help them, and you're just going to get shot out around here when you're going to be trying to plant. Of course, this little thing is nice, and these boxes are good, but it's just this really gory way to get an execute down. As for the CT side, it's just very boring and uninteresting to play on this map. You're either going to stack a few people mid to kind of overpower that push that I was talking about earlier, and then usually just have one person go to A and one person go to B, and then basically just going to play the same time every single time. There's going to be some kind of, you know, it's either a fake or an actual execute, but you're going to be stuck and just waiting for the rotate for those who are mid. And so then you're just going to be rushing over to the site. There's not really a point of trying to wrap around, because by the time you're like, yeah, there's not a point of trying to wrap around because of how really disadvantageous the retake angles, which are, you know, the T angles are, because of course at this time they're much more, you know, useful for the T's who are going to be holding the site. So it just makes it playing retakes on this map basically useless. So that essentially forces you to sit on the site and just hold it and put as much manpower as you have. Lastly, I'll quickly talk about why just the entire aesthetic of it sucks. So when you look at it from the outside, you know, it's supposed to be this kind of just tall high-rise building, but honestly there's just nothing interesting about it. It's all just super copy-pasted textures and design. It's all just gray and bland and boring. Of course, I understand it's supposed to be a skyscraper, but it just feels extremely copy-pasted, and extremely disingenuous, basically. Like, all these walls and all this stuff just looks so repetitive to the point where the entire map just feels exactly the same. It feels so groggy and ugly to play. And then also all the props, they feel also kind of useless. Like, for example, this bench right here does absolutely nothing. This power generator only just gets in the way. Some of the props over here are okay, but then stuff like this and just all this kind of stuff just makes the entire map feel like it's just an incomplete piece of trash that just has some extra props to give it this kind of fake feeling of being lived in, or not lived in, but makes it feel like humans, you know, work there. In conclusion, that's why Vertigo is a really bad map, and that's why it should be removed from the game entirely, and ideally it should be replaced with a better map, preferably some kind of old abandoned operation map that was, you know, very slept on. But this is not it, guys. Well, thanks for watching.